is a very good morning to you. It is Friday, the 19th of November 2021. Justus Meyer, No Dig Africa. Now, I'm going to make a different video today, and it is a hard one to do because the sleeve gets a heart onto it, and it feels like dangerous grounds for me. So I've made a video like this before, but I've never posted it. So I'll be literally winging this and trying to get this message across and get it across in the correct manner. Succulents. I haven't planted out a succulent in my life. Alright. So the wife said, I got all these tins, and you must get succulents into them, and they must grow, and then from big at the bottom up to small on top, and it's the staircase that comes in at the house, and it must look good, and I must do it this way. Now, we've done it a couple of times, and some of the plants have taken, and some of the plants were victims to unaware young feet kicking them off the staircase as they come flying out the front door. So I've redone this all again today, and this time I planted the succulents. The last time my wife planted the succulents. So since it's working, just stick them in and let them grow. I thought, okay, I'll do it as well, which I've done today. Relocating these succulents. Well, Christopher is having fun in that swimming pool today. It's a nice cool day in Africa. I hope the brush cutters on the other side of the fence that are cleaning the road is not making too much noise and you guys can hear me clearly. Now, this piece of heaven that we live in, it's so beautiful. It's paradise here in Africa. Palm trees and vegetables growing everywhere, and fruits and so forth. And it's good fun doing this. And it's the first time I've ever done something like this. So it's not quite profitable yet. So it does put a lot of strain on the family if there's not a lot of income. But it's not the only capital we've got. It's finances. It's not the only capital. The lack of finances balances out with the increase of knowledge that myself and my wife are gaining through the experiences that we are having over the last 2 years. What a blessing this wood chips is that was dropped off here by our house. I'm not quite sure how many cubic meters it is. It was 3 loads full, but it was big loads. So I know it's in the excess of 15 cubic meters or so. And it's going to come in very handy to redo the walkways with. So I'm just letting it stay here for a little while, see if there's anything that's sprouting from it, and then I'll be working it into the beds. There's really some places that need some wood chips in, and it's really going to be handy. Very excited to do that. I think I want to do that only towards the end of summer. I don't know, we'll see how the things develop here. Oh yeah, but let's get back to other capitals and knowledge and so forth. Unfortunately, you don't pay bills with knowledge that you've got and so forth. You have to convert it into finances, and that's still a big part of our learning curve that we're busy with. We can see the path, and we've never walked this path before, but from my experience in life, what I anticipate to happen and what really happens is two different things. So I couldn't figure out what chips these were, and I laid myself down in between thorns. Not one of them got to me. And now I can see what tree this was. This is a fever tree. It's a beautiful tree here in Africa, but unfortunately its roots are very shallow, very flat, and it doesn't grab a hold of the soil properly. So when we get big winds, this tends to tip over. Those are the first trees to go, are fever trees. But anyways, just a bit of information there for you. I actually knew that before I started farming. Something I knew about plants before I started farming. Okay, so we got here. So the way that we got here was a bit. I'm trying to find the right words for it. We moved here June last year, which was then now obviously 3 months into the first lockdown, and we haven't actually in South Africa come out of any of the lockdowns. We've always been in lockdown. It's just different levels of lockdown that they've got us on, and you have different privileges on different levels. You know, if you're a good citizen, and if you all are good citizens, then you get different privileges. Anyways, but this is not what this video is about. It was a bit of trauma moving from our previous premises to this one, and God prepared us for this. He I was trying to think about 2 to 3 months before it happened, we had a prophecy saying that we're going to move, and it didn't make sense to us because we have this calling of providing shelter and food and education and therapy to people who need it, special needs families and people who, these days everybody needs it. So yeah, so to create a safe village for people who are like-minded and want to live a healthy lifestyle and not pump themselves full of drugs to try and imitate a life. So when we got the prophecy that we're going to be moving, I was like, no, that doesn't make sense to me, because the premises we were on I thought was the right premises. I was really under the impression that was it. So we've subsequently were informed about this premises. We've moved to this premises, and it has been amazing here, and I've learned so much here, and the kids have grown so much here, and so forth. So but the biggest struggle was finances. And as I said, I've made a video similar to this before. The challenge is to try and keep this afloat. Now, we've been blessed, and a lot of people have assisted us in staying afloat. But we really get into a point where the nuts are really tight. And this is why this video is so difficult to make, is I need to extend a hand to my 100 subscribers and ask them to pray with us for clarity about where we're going to go with this. Are we staying or are we going? And if we're staying, to provide the way forward. My wife and I, we're working on a decree that we are busy writing up. And since we are the signet ring of God, it has given us the privilege of using that ring. we want to write our own decree and seal it with his ring. So we need that wisdom as well. Thank you for yours. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for praying with us. Thank you for all the likes and the shares and the comments. I appreciate it. It is so interesting. I mean, more than 2/3 of the people that view this little channel of mine are external South African borders. They are somewhere else in the world, and I never realized. I thought it was, all the ladies from church that have subscribed just to be nice, but it isn't. It's, most of the people, most of you guys, I actually do not know. There's a handful that do leave comments, and we do chat a little bit, but the rest of you are unknown to me. So please feel free to comment, and I would love to hear from you guys. So blessings from a nice cool Friday morning here in Africa. A lot of respect, a lot of love, and God loves you all more. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.
Hello. So I'm the very hairy farmer's wife, Sania, and I made a video earlier, but then I thought, it seemed as though I was I am a bit of a looskop, which is a term we use in Afrikaans to describe a person whose head has fallen off. So I decided to do another video with my daughter a little bit more calm. I'll tell you about it. I was feeding her avocado with my finger, and that went hysterically interesting. Yes. So I just thought I'd redo this. So my husband and I were speaking this morning about doing righteousness and what it really means, and where we are heading with our lives, and this mandate that we need to write and what it actually entails. And I just really thought that I need to also, from my side of the story, just explain our mission since we got to know one another, how we met, so profound and so blessed. Really just an incredible odyssey that we've had thus far. And God's provision has been there all the time, as my husband said earlier. It's been unparagoned to what I've ever experienced before. And we've noticed that the people who are truly in tune with the same shepherd's voice, the blessings flow from them in their obedience. Without blockation. But where we deal with people that are not believers, there's always some kind of sinister foot in the door, things going on. My darling mommy will speak to you now, okay, hon? Confusion, deceit, you name it. So he spoke about the way we got to this premises earlier. And And he didn't tell you the full story. It was very dramatic. It was. That's all I can say. I packed up a whole house in the dark, without electricity in 3 days. 3 days. With special needs kids trying to take things out of boxes again and guiding my hands away from packing. Sitting in the car after a while because we couldn't, expose them to it any longer. They were so traumatized. So yes, it was really a very uncomfortable experience. And doing righteousness, that's what I actually wanted to get to. I didn't even say all of these things in the first video. It's always been a very interesting thought to me, but I've recently, and this one's so tired now. She was already tired in the first video, and I've always had this uncontrollable urge, like compelled to set things straight. So when I see someone being condescending to someone else, in the sense that they believe that this person who is inferior to them in some way, whether it be financial status or physical ability, mental capacity, you name it, then I feel like I need to step in and cut that other person right down to size. And I can't help myself. I feel compelled. And I was saying, Nana, as well, that our Lord, I'm rubbing this one's back. Just look at this. It's so cute. She's like, Anyway, our Lord, there's no real questioning around what it is to do righteousness, or whether one should be doing righteousness by Him, because Romans 8 tells us as well, righteousness is not from us anyway. So, it is His will to restore the balance. He does restore the balance, and He does it through many different means. So being made to feel, and this is something that I've experienced countless times in my life before, I was made to feel guilty, or made to feel as though I'm not looking after myself enough, or I'm going to become corrupt if I really achieve the state of reserve in which I can comfortably or easily, not comfortably, easily just do righteousness by others, help them out of scenarios where they might experience shame or trauma. And one needs to really, what is it you need here, my darling? Okay. One needs to really stop that thought, stop that idea about, the fear of becoming corrupted, or of asking to have much, because you need to bless. You need to be a blessing to others. You need to do righteousness by others. You shouldn't be made to feel as though you're asking too much. It's so wrong, because this world has this tendency towards instant gratification and a false sense of peace of mind, which is so wrong. You just need to quickly take this pill, take this shot, eat this breakfast porridge with added minerals, vitamins, whatever, and you'll be good to go. Let's just give you peace of mind right now. Let's make it easy. It's comfortable. It's quick. It's simple. Nothing that's truly worth it takes 2 minutes. I always said if I had to write an autobiography, the title would be The Gentle Act of Pouring, because as you can imagine, I do a lot of things very quickly, very fast in my life, but pouring cannot be done in a rushed manner. And pouring into others should be so well thought through and such a delicate act. You should really take your time to do righteousness. It shouldn't be instant. It shouldn't be just peace of mind. Come on, slap a band-aid on that. Here's a cream, good to go. You're done. Dust. It's wrong. I remember my mother truly taking care of me when I was ill, and you know, you wanted to get better because you still wanted to live, to, you know, be part of the family. Nowadays, I think people just, they long to just go because they're so alone. And what's happening is not care. It's not frail care. It's not, what is that? What is that? In isolation, you need love to heal. Whatever it is that you're healing from, whether it's addiction, whether it's retardation, whether it's trauma, an accident, you know, illness, whatever it is, you need love. You need love to heal. You know, monitoring is true care. Actually looking at symptoms, signs, keeping watch over someone, praying for them, that is healing. That is care. That is doing righteousness. That is giving above your own means. So we're at that point of our lives where we just really need to determine what the level of our mandate requires. Where should we be asking our reserves, you know, to be? Because we need to help those who are in greater need than we are. Really? And we shouldn't be made to feel guilty about that. I keep on coming back to that because I do feel so. Yeah, so if there's anything that you can pray for me for, it's for just being released of this burden. Because there's nothing more beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful than that healing process, that unfurling, that the family coming to light of how they themselves are able to help their own child. Not only the professionals, the occupational therapists, the speech therapists, the behavioral therapists, or teachers like myself or whatever. It's not only us that can make the difference, it's you. Just by giving healthy food to your child, spending a little bit of time on their morale, you know, that upliftment. It's not that hard. It takes time. It takes time. I've spent 12 years putting so much time into doing righteousness by my children, where it's been stolen from them. But, you know, double blessing, seeing how absolutely effortless it is with this one. Because we made different choices. Vindication exists in in human format as well, and it does come to those who are obedient to the shepherd's voice and who listen, who heed his warning over what it is that really steals on the long run, even though it offers a false sense of comfort on a short-term basis. Yes. And that is the covenant of peace, which everyone really should experience. I think this video has gone a little better, but she's still tired. I need to take it. Okay. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening.